Hello class, let's do a review of our last assignment. God is good. All right, so data structures, and the list is the one we've used the most of. We've seen a few other ones, but let's go ahead and look at what our questions. A data structure is different from a simple value, like a Boolean. In what way? Well, data structure is a physical building. No, that one's not it. A data structure is a collection of values, some that may be primitive, like integers, or other ones, data structures themselves. And we've seen list of lists, so that sounded good. Can always be indexed like an array. Well, that doesn't sound as clear as this one. So the answer to this one is here. A list can be indexed, but there's other data structures we'll see that can't. So this is the one that's here. All right, next question. Can I check that? No, I can't. Not in this view. List in Python is a data structure that is an ordered collection of elements. Ordered means it can be indexed. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. What types of data can a collection hold? So we've dealt with lists. We've seen ones with true and false. We've seen ones with strings. We've done lists of lists. And you may not realize we've already done one with objects. But since we know we've seen strings, we've seen lists of lists, it's going to be one of those ones where you should go with all the above, and that's the answer for that one. In Python, a list of lists where each inner list is the same length is often called a, so it's a list of lists, and this looks like what are the answers? A square, a rectangle. Well, that's sort of the shape of it, but a 2D array. And we haven't dealt with trees yet. What word describes accessing a data element through a different variable, or through different variables? In this case here, we have an element in this array. This is a list itself, and I can access it because this list is part of grid. I can access it through, say, grid sub 0, and then that get the list and say list of 4 and say that's equal to true, and that would be setting this guy right here. I can also, since we have row A, which is another variable, it points to the same list, we would say that those are aliases. And so the word alias in here, teleportation, that'd be nice, but no. So the answer to this one was this. All right. In the code below, what data structure is constructed? And these are lists. This is not a list. And those two lists are in this list. So it's a list of lists. No, it's not a string, tuples, or anything like that. Nope. All right. In the code below, what data structure is created? So note this one has parentheses, not square brackets. We've referred to it a few different times. And this one's a color. And so these are 3 values bundled into sort of a single value. And this one would be, well, it's not a string because I'm not seeing any characters going on there. No, when I put the underline there, what I meant to do is say, no, it's not a string. It doesn't have the square brackets, so it's not a list, and it's certainly simple, so it's not a list of lists. So even by elimination, you should guess that it is a tuple. That's the answer here. All right, the next one. This is where we've seen the tuples the most. When using a Turtle Graphic module or the Pygame0 module, what values does a tuple? And if you saw the answer here, you'd know, you could go back and fix that answer if you got it wrong. Does the tuple used for representing color? See example in the previous question. Well, actually, I duplicated it here. So in this one here, we've got 3 values, and those are going to be for the red, green, and blue RGB. The amount of red, green, and blue in that order. I can already see that answer, or a string that names a color. Now, sometimes you can have strings to name colors, but not in this case. We're doing it by this actual color. So this is the answer here. Intensity and hue is another way of doing colors, but that's not what we've done anything with. All right, look it up. And when I say that, it's like, yes, this isn't a test. This is homework. So a collection type similar to the list is so Python has a collection that's similar to a list, but it's unordered. It's a new term. So this is something to look up, and no problem on here. And here's the example, var equals, and we're using these things. We're using the curly braces. So that's one we haven't actually dealt with before in our code. So it's like, I wonder what that is. Well, we'll click the link. Let's look at what it is. I'm going to look for control find. was it? Oh, command find, unordered. Unordered. A set object is an unordered collection of distinct hashable objects. Well, I'm sure that this stuff sounds a bit advanced, but the core definition, a set object is an unordered collection. So there's the answer. And let's see, so var, we're making a list. We'll look at that. So yes, we can print it out. It prints out exactly what we had. So that's the same thing. It does have a length, so we can find how many elements are in it. And we can index it. In this case, we're printing out 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what's key about a set is it could come out in different orders. Now generally, if you construct it with this way, it's always going to come up with this. But if you were to add new elements, you don't know where they're going to be. And more often than not, no matter where you think you're adding them, they're probably going to be at the end. But it's a set. You're not supposed to know about it. But if you're getting all of them and you get them one at a time, there's going to be some order. It's just that it's not necessarily predictable. So if you tried to, I don't want to do that there. If you tried to index it and do like var sub 2, you'll actually get a type error. And so what kind was this? We've seen this before. It's the set. All right. Okay. Python considers a negative index, like -1, -2, to be an index from the in. Now, very few languages do that. Python's one of them. So the index -1 will return the last element, as demonstrated below. And then it says, what is v sub -3? And anytime you see this code and you're uncertain, just type it in. Go fire up the Mu editor or online Python tools. So if this was, yeah, there's a straight line for you. If this is the list and we index -1, we're going to get from the 6. Now if I do -3, let's count that out. So it would be, so that's -1, that's -2, this is -3. So it should be this guy right here. And it's not out of range. Now if I did, that's -4, 5, 6. So if I did -7, it would have been out of range. But, all right. Next question. I think this is coming to the end. And this is the one where it's like, I have to read through that code, look at it. Well, it is important to figure out the indexing, but once you get past a few of the exercises, you just let the computer do the work. So v sub 0, then 1. So the first one is what row is it in? So 0 means we're going to be in this line here. And then sub 1 means, okay, it's, you have to count 0, then 1, then 2. So tiger. So that would be this guy. Whoops. Yeah, I got it there. 0 sub 3. So it's the same row, but it's going to be 3. So 0, 1, oh, excuse me. Well, let's see if it's 3, then yeah, okay, we're going to get out of range. So we'll do that one. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I made those numbers so they kind of match the index, so it's easy to see. So it is row 1, number 2. So 0, 1, 2, so it should have been, oh, wait a second, what am I looking for? Oh, no, it's index 1. 0, 1, 2, so it's the wolf. Okay, the next one, 3 sub 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. It's this guy. 0, 1, 2, 3. And Mars is one of the answers. Click. So I can click it there. 4, 2. Okay, so 4. So let's look at that one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, so it's this row, then 0, 1, 2. Get back into here. All right, so fun. And then we did -1, -1. And -1 would be the last row. And on the last row would be the last element. So trying to be upbeat around here. There we go. It's fun as well. All right. And that's it. I was into it. All right, guys. I'll give this assignment again and with probably some small changes, but you can go for it. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye.